Hi, my name is Uriel Juarez, and in this video I'll be discussing on the setup required to run our program regarding quantifying copyright infringement and AI generated images. So how do you use our program currently? For the main requirements, we develop our program using Python 3 using Jupyter Notebook on Google Colab, and as a result, you will need to create a Google account with access to Google Colab. We also use Bing's Microsoft Designer, which gives us access to DALL-E 3 for free, so we also need to obtain an API key from them, which I will demonstrate shortly. As far as dependencies that we need, we have a variety of Python libraries we use in order to support our program, but here I listed the main ones that we used. The first one is the Google Image Source Search, which is a library that allows us to perform reverse image searching using Google Lens. The next one is Image Similarity Measures, which is a library that contains functions and formulas used to compute the image similarity between two images, and this helps us determine and evaluate whether an image violates copyright infringement. The next one is OpenCV, which is a computer vision library, which allows us to draw the lines between two images in order to demonstrate similar attributes. Bing Image Creator is a reverse engineer API that allows us to generate images using DALL-E 3 for free. And Cilium/Cilium Base is also needed for the Bing Image Creator tool in order to automate the image generation process and retrieve the results from the Bing image search. And the last one is the Chrome driver, which is a driver that is needed for Cilium in order to interact with the Chrome browser and automate tasks. And now I will show you a short clip on how easy it is to set up our dependencies. So this is basically the Google Colab notebook that we have been developing on in order to create our program. And basically here, we have a cell dedicated to setting up all the dependencies and utilities that we would be using for our program. So as far as setting up all the dependencies that are required, we just basically have to run this single cell. And basically what this cell is doing is just installing the Chromium Chrome drivers, as well as installing all the Python packages/libraries that we are using in our program. Once the cell finishes running, as you can see, it took about 5 minutes to run. And basically this means that all of the dependencies and utilities have been installed. As far as setting up the rest of the program, it's as easy as just running each cell individually. For this specific cell, this will determine the prompt that is used to generate the images. So just ensure that every time you do want to generate a different image, you update the prompt here by just running this cell. Once you run that cell, you can run the next two. And when you run this specific cell here, this would actually generate the image. So I'm gonna run it real quick. And basically it can take up to 30 seconds in order for it to output the AI generated images. And as you can see here, this is the prompt that we gave it earlier. And these are the images it generated. One last thing I forgot to mention is that if you do run into an error on this specific cell, just make sure that you have the secret created and that you give it access to the notebook. So here's a quick guide on how to obtain the Bing cookie that is needed in order to use the Bing Image Creator API. So basically, you would need to navigate to the Bing Image Creator using the URL provided here. You would then need to log into your Bing account and then open up your browser's developer tools and open up the inspect element section. And inside the developer tools, if you head out to the applications tab, you should be able to find the cookies for this website. And the specific cookie you want to look for is this one called _u. And if you copy that value, you should be able to open up the secret sections on the Google Colab and create a new variable named Bing cookie and paste that value into it. This will allow you to use the Bing image creator, which is needed in order to generate AI images. So what to work on next? There is an ability to run this program locally using Google's Docker image and set up to run it on the Google Colab locally. And the benefit of doing this is that you don't have to worry about your machine timing out and having to reinstall all the dependencies, as this can take a while. From our experience, it takes around 10 minutes to do so. And this also will likely allow you to run the program much faster when running the similarity test. And here is just like a quick setup. You either have the option of using the image provided by Google or running a Jupyter notebook locally on your machine. We also would like to replace the Bing image creator tool with OpenAI's public API. And there is a program we were looking into called the OpenAI Research Access Program, which allows researchers to use their products for free without having to pay. And the reason we would want to do this is because currently the Bing image creator tool is a reverse image search API that can be discontinued at any time, and this would break the functionality of our program.